In this video you will see the techniques required to run a UV-Vis spectrum. The theory side of UV-Vis can be found in a presentation elsewhere. This is the setup required for UV-Vis. On the right is a spectrometer, and on the left the computer which will be used to analyse the data. First, fill 2 cuvettes with deionized water. This will be used for a reference. It is important to only touch 2 sides of the cuvette, as the other 2 sides must be clear for the beam to pass through. Some cuvettes will have dimples on. That will be the side you handle. The cuvettes are then placed inside the spectrometer and the lid closed. To run the reference, you click Auto 0 in the UV-Vis program and click OK. To run your sample, take a small part of your sample, typically the end of a spatula, place into a beaker and dissolve in deionized water. Then using a pipette, transfer your sample into the cuvette, leaving about 1 centimetre until the top. It is important not to overfill it. Wipe the cuvette down to make sure there's no finger marks, and place the cuvette into the first hole in the UV-Vis spectrometer, still leaving 1 blank cuvette in the second hole. Now click Start to run the program, and this will acquire your data for you. Try to ensure that the concentration of your solution isn't too strong so that the peak goes above the graph, or too weak so there is no peak. The example shown here is about perfect. Once the data acquisition is finished, add labels using the program, marking the height of the peak and what the substance is. You can also carry out UV-Vis without the need for a computer. In this case, the data appears on the screen on the top of the spectrometer. This is known as single beam acquisition.